Okay, so to start, I'll go ahead and stain answer. I'm not super sure why it does this, but I do have some pretty ripping finds to show you, so let's get to them. So a large part of Borderlands 4's new gun system is that any manufacturer can get any other manufacturer's part on their gun. This makes for some pretty neat combos, but there is one particularly really weird one. Ripper shotguns with underbarrels and stickies, but not just one, all of them. Watch this. That was my Peacemaker Cannon Rafa insta-killing big encore driller head without any action skill use and zero prior prep, with a riddled putrefying Hellhound shotgun. But this would work with any Ripper shotgun, seemingly at any level that both applies stickies and also has an alternate firing mode, or an underbarrel attachment. The one in question on this gun is a simple, fairly low damage electric beam. The damage of neither the gun nor its attachment seems to hold much weight at all in the matter, because if you look closely, here when I test it against the Sanctuary Ruins test dummy, the damage numbers are all visible up until I do what triggers the one-shot, which goes as follows. Emptying the mag, swapping firing modes to the underbarrel, and seemingly, at minimum, swapping back to the normal firing mode before the final sticky pops, with every sticky remaining dealing what I can only imagine is possibly an integer overflow amount of damage, because it doesn't even show up on the dummy. Curiously, this can even be taken a step further. Here, I keep refreshing the dummy to keep it at full health, yet it remains dead no matter what, because the dot radiation damage seems to have picked up off of the infinite damage. So for just a few seconds, this dummy just died over and over the frame it could take damage. But surely, there's a way to test how much damage this is roughly doing. Well, probably. But the reason I propose that it holds no weight how much damage it actually does is because of this. Here is Bio Bulkhead. You may remember him as the first enemy you fought that utilized Locust. He has 3 stop gaps in his health, each making you throw another Locust container to continue dealing damage. The riddled putrefying Hellhound shotgun, though, does not have this problem. Throwing just one Locust canister at him, and then doing the same as I did earlier, does an instant kill like every other enemy experiences. No stops to even show it's struggling due to its Locust gaps. But there's always the possibility that this is for another reason. Maybe his armor takes a frame to regenerate, and by the time that frame is needed, he's already dead. Well, maybe. I was skeptical too. So I did a run without even throwing a Locust container, and he dies from full health with all of his armor intact, and the game even seems to recognize that this isn't normal because, well, he just kind of sits there afterwards, ever breathing, but very, very dead. I actually did a few more runs afterwards, and this keeps happening. His corpse disappears after some time, but no matter what, he stands up breathing, even if you blow his whole head off of his body. Truly a ripping moment. This can be used for anything, killing the big encore boss, and of course random wild enemies, though it does take a moment of lag at times as some enemies do seem to make the game struggle to insta-kill them. For example, Leadhead happened to spawn in as I roamed Carcadia Burns, and when I used the gun on him with the glitch, he didn't seem to properly die off of the first sticky, and what came out of that was a very premium feeling experience. This was found by Joltsdude and later experimented further upon by Delta Merrick, who posted their findings onto Twitter.
Bruh.
So yeah, thank you to both Joltsdude as well as Delta Merrick for their findings. If you find a Ripper shotgun with these 2 oddly specific parts, then have fun trying it out. It's a pretty odd thing to see some bosses get rippered apart. Thanks for watching.